Striking, Chuanuka wobbling. Very rarely do you see Chuanuka in that kind of a situation, wobbled by his shot. Here in round number 2. Julius Jackson, who said how surprised he was. Tate's power, 23 knockouts and 32 wins for Thomas Tate. He does have a ranking, although it's outside the top 20, number 21 by the WBC, recognized only by that organization, Thomas Tate. And tonight he goes up against the number 1 ranked super middleweight in the world, and Joseph Chuanuka.
Oh, he is very crafty, Tate is. He says his losses have come out of his weight division. He moves up or moves down too little in weight. He likes the super middleweight division. Sometimes it's very difficult for him to get fights at this weight, he says.
Chuanuka, very patient fighter. Rips out those punches. Says he wants to stay on the outside, keep Tate on the outside of the leather. Tate goes so crafty. Yeah, I heard him talking earlier about the knowledge that he has, angles, the movement, tries to keep his opponent off balance. 10 seconds to go in round number 2. Good one for Thomas Tate, the challenger in this NABF super middleweight fight.
It was Thomas Tate who scored first in this fight. Look at these shots from him, that right hand, and look how Chuanuka reacts. He froze momentarily. Thomas Tate really scored well in that second round. But Chuanuka weathered the storm. Chuanuka says, I like it when opponents come at me. He's the one going at Tate now, but we had Tate coming at him in that second round. Chuanuka started boxing at 15 years old as a light flyweight. This is a fighter who could fight in every weight division in boxing. Used to walk 8 miles to the gym in Kampala, Uganda. But his mother didn't want him to box because she saw some of the success he was having. And then all of a sudden she started getting him up early in the morning to make him go run.
And also some of the money he's bringing into the household, you know?
Get out there and run.
He said he was put into fights. The people told him if he wins, they'll give him some money. Well, it finds out the same thing now. Just more money.
Give him more money. Well, he went 53-7 as an amateur before moving to the United States and turning pro back in 1992. He went to South Carolina, then he moved to Vegas to gain a manager and to box.
Since the loss to Tate, Chuanuka has really elevated his power game. 5 knockouts in his 6 fights. Interested spectators tonight. The IBF super middleweight champion. We saw him grow up right here in the Blue Horizon on USA, Charles Brewer. He has a defense, his first defense coming out against Joey DeGrandes, which will be here at the Blue. December 2nd, we'll see here on USA. And Joseph Chuanuka knows he puts his number 1 ranking on the line and a potential shot against Brewer in this fight against Tate. He doesn't care.
And he's got the world champion sitting at ringside. He's, you know, he has a lot of things to be concerned about. Chuanuka does. Everyone challenges for that title.
But here he is, Chuanuka in that position, lofty position, right there. World title shot is at bay. And now bringing into the ring with him, the only guy that's working there. With Thomas Tate.
He is upset about the loss to Thomas Tate. Tate is really kind of a tricky style. He doesn't really beat you up. He just outsmarts and beats you. He out-finesses you.
Philadelphia area very proud of one of their world champions. Some subtle advertising of the fact. Nate Miller.
Mr. Miller. Nate Mr. Miller. Gives us some terrific matches. Always gets in there and puts on a fight.
wear the hat into the ring.
Yeah, knock this hat off my shoulders. Off my head. When he sat down on his stool, Thomas Tate was very excited, nice and loose, relaxed, and happy of the way this fight is developing. I thought Chuanuka had a pretty good third round. The first 2 rounds I gave to Thomas. He stunned Chuanuka, remember, in that second round. Chuanuka does not fight well on his heels. When he gets hit and he rocks back on his heels, he really gets confused.
See how we see it here at ringside. Now inside the ring. Chuanuka, the champion of the NABF. Thomas Tate. And connects. Tate knows he's got his career on the line at the age of 31, even with the victory over Chuanuka. Followed up, though, by those 2 losses to Rocky Gannon and Silvio Bronco.
Yeah, Bronco fight, he said he was too small. The Rocky Gannon fight, he says, Thomas says last minute notice. He says, I was excited after the Joseph win. Not focused.
Don't take the fight.
But he said, you know. Well, if he knew that then, he knew now what he knew then, he wouldn't take the fight. The thing about boxing, you see these fighters and you think, I can beat him, and then when you get in the ring, you're like, where's the guy that I saw when I was collecting the tape?
And before the fight, he thought he could beat him. So you don't want to hear that stuff after a fight. And he thinks he could beat Chuanuka tonight to revitalize his career. Thomas Tate, always been a gamer. 10 seconds to go in round number 4. Measured there by Chuanuka,
but he can't connect.
For this super middleweight championship fight, NABF variety. And Joseph Chuanuka out of Kampala, Uganda, now fighting out of Las Vegas. But this is almost a second, I was going to say second, well maybe third or fourth home for Chuanuka. Crowd has taken to him. Fought here 4 other times at the Blue, putting on terrific shows, but a bit of a slow start here tonight.
Yeah, they appreciate his efforts here at the Blue. However, he's frustrated tonight. You know, that's what it is about boxing, too. Boxing is a mental game. 90% mental, 10% physical. And this is what I mean by that. This is one fighter that he has been haunted by. He brings so much anger and so much frustration into the ring with him, so much baggage, that he can't quite hit the mark. He's picking it up where he left it off the last time these 2 met. Between rounds, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad in the corner of Chuanuka saying, come on, get it going. This guy's out hustling you. And that was a good combination from Tate. See, again, Chuanuka missing the mark. You know, he hits hard, but in order to deliver knockout power, you have to put it in the right place at the right time. You can't use all the knockout power on the glove.
Tonight at the Blue Horizon for this main event. Next week, former heavyweight champion Tim Weatherspoon, who has his eye on a shot at Lennox Lewis down the road against the veteran, always dangerous, Levi Billups. Also, 2 other aspiring heavyweights, undefeated Gary Barrow against Robert Hawkins. Coming up next week from Tunica, Mississippi, right here on USA's Tuesday Night Fights.
Heavyweight.
Been a while since we've seen terrible Tim. And you just miss him terribly. Looking forward to next week. Tim just continuing to turn back the clock. Finally moving closer and closer to try to regain a world title. Look at this, but Chunuka just can't get his rhythm going here so far this fight. Used by Tate. He rattles Chunuka.
Backing right hand, kind of a hooking blow from Thomas Tate.
Heating up here at the Blue Horizon, the scheduled 12-round NABF super middleweight fight, title fight. The champion is Joseph Chunuka, who swings wildly with that left hand. He has been frustrated with Thomas Tate, as was the case in the first fight 2 years ago. And with Thomas Tate